What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching The Road to TF5. This is just Webster's. We're talking about Transformers 5. This is episode number 29, and before I begin, I want to do a couple of really quick birthday shoutouts. And the first birthday shoutout goes to Tyler Combs, and then More Josiah De La Cruz. Happy belated birthday to Kim Nguyen, and also happy early birthday to William Hayes. Happy birthday, everybody. Hope you guys have a good one, and thank you for your support at the Ragin Nation. Now, let's talk about some confirmed information, because previously in the last couple of videos, we've been talking about nothing but rumors and speculation. And I told you that it's only a matter of time before some confirmed information arrives. And finally, we got some confirmed information. And you know what? Let's go through what it is. All right, here we go. First of all, we got Stripperbot confirmed. We also have Breast Force Trilogy confirmed. Also, Triptychon, confirmed. And finally, Idiot Websites, confirmed. I'm just kidding. Now let's talk about some real confirmed information. And a lot of you guys have been sending me this information as it just took place recently, in fact, yesterday. And so I want to thank everybody for sending me those links. And what took place is actually an event, and it was the MIP Junior Conference 2015. And Stephen Davis spoke as a keynote speaker at this event. Well, who is Stephen Davis? Well, he is Hasbro's Executive Vice President and Chief Content Officer. And he was speaking at this event. Now, before I talk about what he spoke about, what exactly is this event? Well, it is, first of all, MIPCom is the world's entertainment content market, okay? Each October, the industry's major players converge at MIPCom, or MIPCom, in Cannes to turn every moment into an opportunity, transforming 4 days of meetings, screenings, and conferences into deals from blockbuster programming to groundbreaking partnerships. Now, what we have information from is at their sub-event, or rather an event within MIPCom, and that was where he spoke at the MIP Junior Conference 2015. And here's an overview of MIP Junior. It's the world's showcase for kids programming. The international market powering extraordinary kids content, MIP Junior is the biggest international digital library of kids programs, uniting the world's most influential buyers, sellers, and producers the weekend before MIPCom. Over 2 days, these influential digital players, publishers, and licensing executives present, discover, and screen the very latest content, giving them the edge on concluding deals at MIPCom. All right? So what I gather from this is that at this conference, various companies show their brands and their programming for sales and distribution. Okay, and what happened here was that Stephen Davis, who I said is the Hasbro's Executive Vice President and Chief Content Officer, he was a keynote speaker, and he spoke about what is happening with their brand and what you can expect from Hasbro in the next couple of years with all their programming and all their properties, such as My Little Pony, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and whatnot, right? And this is in terms of TV and digital programming as well as movies. And he was asked about the future of the Transformers live action franchise, and he had something to say. All right, so let's just see what he had to say. And here we go. I'm going to read you the quote here. You're going to see a new Transformers movie coming from Hasbro, and whoa, what the heck? Hold on a sec. All right. You're going to see a new Transformers movie coming from Hasbro and Paramount and Michael Bay and your other partners. In fact, we just finished, as some of you may have read, an incredible experience. We decided we wanted to plot out the next 10 years of the Transformers franchise, so we got together in a 3-month period of time, 9 of some of the most creative writers I have ever worked with, shepherded by Akiva Goldsman, who many of you may know won an Academy Award for A Beautiful Mind and written a bunch of great movies. and they plotted out the next 10 years of Transformers. Similarly, we are doing the same in television and digital, so stay tuned. Transformers 5 is on its way. And 6 and 7 and 8. So, they plotted out Transformers in the live-action universe, or rather the movie universe, for the next 10 years. And by next 10 years, they mean 2015 all the way to 2025. And he also mentioned that, of course, Transformers 5 is on the way, and also 6, 7, and 8. Now, sometimes when you read and also watch people speak, you gotta read between the lines. And a lot of people really see this as big news. I don't see this as big news. This is an official confirmed source, but it's not an official a press release. So the way he spoke about it actually is kind of more in the general sense. Okay? Because honestly speaking, we knew this was happening. We knew that they were going to plot out Transformers for the next couple of years. Okay? We just didn't know it was going to go on until 2025. But he did mention it's going to be for the next 10 years, so that is great. But then he also said that Transformers 5 is on the way, and then 6 and 7 and 8. But listen to the way he said it. Okay? Let's just listen to this. Okay?
So stay tuned. Transformers 5 is on its way. And 6 and 7 and 8.
So, you hear that? So he said, stay tuned. Transformers 5 is on the way. And 6 and 7 and 8. You see how he said that? The way he spoke about it and the way the tone in which he said that sounded like he was speaking about it in the general sense. I don't think he actually knows exactly what those Transformers films are, because as mentioned before, they could be doing Beast Wars or a Cybertron sequel, which we already know about, or a Bumblebee spinoff, or an Optimus Prime spinoff, or whatever, right? It doesn't, I personally don't believe it necessarily means that 7 and 8 are coming, which they could possibly be coming, but there are also other films. I just don't believe that he knows the exact specifics on what the next installments are. So for sure, 5 is coming. I'm pretty positive 6 is coming. As for 7 and 8, they're probably coming, but I'm pretty sure that when he refers to 7 or 8, I think he means the 7th and 8th installment, which could also be the Cybertron prequel, like Transformers 1, or the Beast Wars spin-off, which could be the 8th installment. So, you know what? I don't think that as an official confirmation that 6, 7, and 8 are coming. I just believe that he is saying that there is a 6th, 7th, and 8th installment in the franchise, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the next direct continuation as in a sequel. That is a direct follow-up to the previous film. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I gather out of it. And we already knew that more films are coming, so I don't see what is the real big deal, to be completely honest. We're just hearing it from a confirmed source, and that is someone who actually works at Hasbro. And not just anyone, but Stephen Davis, who is the Executive Vice President and Chief Content Officer. And a Chief Content Officer is someone who deals in the programming of their media content, all right? So this is of course a pretty big deal to know that this is coming from a confirmed source, but still I don't see this as official news, mainly because he didn't get into the specifics, such as we're going to see Transformers 5. We're going to see a Cybertron prequel. We're going to see a Beast Wars spinoff. We're going to see a Bumblebee spinoff. He didn't get into that, all right? I think we're going to actually hear that information from Brian Goldner, the CEO, because he's usually the guy who's out there in the public who's speaking about it, and he's usually quoted in the press releases. All right, so that's how I feel about that, and I think it's great that he spoke about it. I mean, this information would not actually come out had someone not asked him that question. After all, the video, or rather the keynote speech, was 30 minutes long, and he was talking about all kinds of other topics that are not related to the Transformers live-action universe. He just happened to be talking about it mainly because someone presented the question to him. But had that question not been presented, we would not be getting this update that came out yesterday. All right, so that's what I got to say about that. So I'm still waiting for that official confirmation of which titles we are getting. We know that the 5th one is coming. We know that Transformers 1, the Cybertron prequel, is coming. We just don't know what the next ones are, and I'm not going to take the fact that he said 6, 7, and 8 as an official confirmation because of the tone in which he said it, which is, and 6 and 7 and 8. You know, the way he said that, it doesn't feel like it's solid, all right? So, I mean, he could say, and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11. He could have said that. He could have gone beyond that just based on the way he said that. So, you got to read between the lines sometimes. It's not always meant to be taken at face value. So we're going to hear something about that soon. As for what he said with Michael Bay, he said, let's see. Right here, we said, you're going to see a new Transformers movie coming from Hasbro and Paramount and Michael Bay. Now, that doesn't necessarily confirm that he's directing it. Michael Bay is an executive producer. All right, so he's been executive producing these films for the last couple of Transformers films, or maybe all of them. I'm not exactly sure, but he is an executive producer, and you know, it's almost like you can't have these films without an executive producer because they're essentially the ones that they fork out the money. All right, so yeah, it will be a film coming from Michael Bay. Even Transformers 1, the Cybertron prequel, even though it's not directed by him, he will be serving as an executive producer along with Steven Spielberg. All right, so that's what he meant by when he said that we're going to see more Transformers films coming from Hasbro, Paramount, and Michael Bay. All right. Now, the last thing I want to mention is, this is the first time I'm hearing Steven Davis's name. All right, I've never heard of him prior to this video. And we already know who he is, but I just want to talk to you about the executive bio of Stephen J. Davis. And it says here on the Hasbro website that Stephen J. Davis serves as president of Hasbro Studios, which is a big deal, Los Angeles-based TV development and production division of Hasbro, Inc. There he leads a team responsible for reimagining, reinventing, and reigniting the world-class brands of Hasbro, where he oversees the development, production, and distribution of more than 400 half-hours of original kids and family programming, ranging from animation to live action to game shows. All right, so that's what he's all about. He is right up there. I mean, after all, vice president. So I just wanted to relay this information to you, mainly because I'm hearing this name for the first time, all right? And I'm pretty sure some of you guys have never heard of him before. The name that we hear a lot of is Brian Goldner, and I want to take this opportunity to explain to you who Brian Goldner is, all right? So Brian Goldner, he was working for Hasbro's Tiger Electronics line back in 2000, but after the company went on a little bit of a downfall, or rather their stock was going down, he ended up becoming the chief operating officer. Okay, then later, and this was back in 2006, so right before when the movie came out, and then he served as an executive producer for the Transformers live action films, which eventually brought the stock up higher, all right? And of course, that would lead to his promotion because in 2012, Brian Goldner's pay package was estimated to be around $9.68 million. In 2008, the year of his promotion, Goldner was named CEO of the Year by MarketWatch.com. So both of these people, Brian Goldner and Stephen Davis, they're both big deals in Hasbro, but Brian Goldner is more of the face for Hasbro when it comes to talking about Transformers, the live action franchise. You'll see a lot of him whenever they do any sort of press release or promotional stuff with regards to the Transformers live action franchise. As for Stephen Davis, we won't be seeing a lot of him seeing too much mention from him, mainly because he controls Hasbro's media content as a whole. All right, I'm talking about everything. All right, as for Brian Goldner, he's at least the executive producer for the Transformers live action film. So you see how that works. All right. So anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. Like I said, this isn't really a big deal to me. This is confirmed information, but when you really look at the bigger picture, we knew all this. I mean, they've obviously been working in the writer's room for the last 3 months, and they did it so that they could come out with several more installments in the Transformers live action franchise. But I'm not going to take this as a confirmation that we're getting 7 and 8. Okay. I'm still waiting for that major big breaking news about who's directing, what the story is going to be about, what characters are going to appear, and also who's going to be acting in this film. All right, that's what I'm excited about. That's what makes me want to make a commentary about. All right. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this video. I want to thank everybody for following this this video series, because we're going to be talking a lot more about what's going on with the Transformers cinematic universe. There's a lot of content coming out, so make sure you subscribe. So hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, and also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. But that was a very exciting day when we got the official pictures from MichaelBay.com, his official website, and we saw Crosshairs and